me start the Revit. And in Revit, as I said, we can deal with the design, we can deal with the metal takeoff, drafting, 3D modeling, and so on. Everything is linked in Revit. So in actual practice, you're going to get the 3D intelligent building from the architect, and that 3D intelligent building we are going to link to start the project, like XREF, external reference in AutoCAD. But here in Revit, we used to call the project start from linking the 3D intelligent building. But before starting the project, let me complete the basic settings. Okay, so first in today's session, simply we'll learn what is what on screen, the terms and terminology. Because if you don't know the terms and terminology, how I can communicate? For example, if I say go to this analysis tab from space and zone panel, select the tool called space. So at this level, you don't know what are the different tabs. You don't know what are the panels. The term panel, you must aware of this. You must know the ribbon. So in today's session, we'll discuss about the terms and terminology, means the what is what on the screen. Okay, so I'm going to open the software. Next on screen. So just for example, I'm going to open one existing file so that I can explain what is what on screen. But before starting any project, this is a default view. On the left side, you'll find the open new for the project, open new for the families. On the right side, you'll find the recent files, what you're going to open. So here I'm going to click this arrow. Okay, you can access to open any project from here also, or you can click on new. But if you click this arrow, here you'll get this actual view of the screen of the Revit. So there are two options, because you see generally in software you'll find multiple options. You can use any, just I'm showing the different possible options. So click on the file and I'm going to open one existing project. Just for example, at this level, my intention is just to show what is what on screen. That's it. So just focus on what is what on screen. Forget about this project, what I'm going to open now. This is one existing, and this is the same project file I'll share you. For example, I'm going to open this one, and there are some changes in the notes, because it is not possible for us to update the notes for every version, because yearly the Autodesk is offering the new version with some changes. So for that, some changes, if we update the notes, means that will be a very lengthy task for us. If any major changes only will update. So there are some changes in the notes. For example, you see, whenever you get this, I'm going to zoom this in the notes. Whenever you get this R symbol, this R icon, this one, consider this as file, or else you can make a note. Just draw a box with R equal to file. File, what file? Nothing but the file menu. Yeah, my mistake, it's a file tab. There are some changes in the version. In the previous version, this R icon was active. When you click this, you'll get this application menu. But now in the new version, right from this 2019, they updated and they are offering a separate tab for this application menu. Okay, separate tab for application menu. So this is application menu. Okay, so this is the first change in the notes. Like this, you'll find some changes that I'll update with the class. Don't worry. And that's the reason I request you to make a hard copy of this, and hard copy is required even for practice also. And even I highlight some important points so that the work will be easy for you. But how to use the notes we'll discuss. Don't worry. At this level, I'm going to minimize. So the first option in Revit or on screen, if you on the top beside this R icon, this we can call quick access toolbar. Quick access toolbar, because quickly you can access the tools. For example, if you want to create a or open or new, or you see we have some tools and number of tools here. When you click here, you can find some options also. So this bar is called quick access toolbar. If you want, you can add your own tool in this. Own tool means the other tools in the quick access toolbar. For example, I'm interested to add a duct tool in the quick access toolbar. So here duct tool you can find out from the system. For example, anyhow, we'll discuss this in detail, don't worry. So simply right click, you see add to quick access toolbar. When you do this, you can notice it's added here in the extension. Similarly, for any tool you can create your own shortcut if required. So this is called quick access toolbar. In the same way, you can right click and you can remove also. Very simple. Below this, here file, architectural, up to this modify. These are all called tabs. You are not calling menus. These are all called tabs. Even in AutoCAD later version, you'll find the tabs, not the menus. Okay, the menu style is outdated. So here these are all called tabs. File is one tab, and file is a menu. But right from this architectural to this modify, these are tabs. When I click this structure, you see you'll find this. When you select this steel, you'll find this. But what exactly? When you click any of this tab, you'll find the ribbon. You see, this is called ribbon. Right from this modify to this work plane, this complete is called ribbon. So tab consists of what? Ribbon. For example, when I select this system, here you'll find the ribbon for the system that with the n number of tools, and that will use at the time of working. Similarly, when I click insert, this is called ribbon. So first step is tab. So right from architectural to modify, these are all tabs, and tab consists of a ribbon. This complete is ribbon, or else this is complete ribbon. So when you click any of the tab, you'll find the ribbon, and ribbon is a set of panels. Panel refers to what? For example, when I click this system tab, this modified to work plane, this is ribbon. Under the ribbon, you see here, this is one panel. HVC is one panel. Fabrication is one panel. Similarly, plumbing and piping is one panel. Electrical also a panel. Okay, so these are all panels. So ribbon is a set of panels, and panel is a set of tools. And some tools have direct tools or some with a drop down. You see in the HVC panel, these are the direct tools, but in electrical we have this drop down. Actually, this appearance of the panel will automatically adjust as per your screen resolution. Okay, if you increase the screen resolution or decrease the screen resolution, I believe you know what is the screen resolution. So automatically the adjustment of the tab will update. Here I am getting this electrical in the drop down because I increased that visibility percentage 150. For example, if I decrease the visibility percentage to 100, or if I change the pixel settings, means the screen resolution, automatically the appearance of this panel will change. So don't get confused, especially at the time working or at the time of interviews. Don't get confused with the appearance. It will automatically adjust. Okay, at this level, electrical I'm getting in the drop down. But for example, if I change this, so very basic. You see, I'm decreasing the scale percentage to say 125. Now you see the electrical, you'll find a separate panel for this. It's not drop down. But now in the electrical panel, devices are drop down. This tools under drop down. So panel consists of tool, and some tool have direct access and some will have drop down like this. Next on screen. So I think got the idea. Next, below this panel, this one, this is called option bar. But at present there is no option in this. For example, let me select this pipe. This belongs to your project. When I select the pipe, can you see some options, diameter and middle elevation? Similarly, when I select this duct, you'll find the options related to duct. Or when I select the diffuser or any component related to electrical or plumbing, you'll find the option. Okay, how to use this option we'll discuss later. At this level, remember, this is called option bar. And if you want, you can shift this option bar, you see, dock to bottom. When you do this, you'll find at the bottom. But default it is on the below this panel only. So I'm going to again dock to top. Sometime by mistake, if you change the location, just right click and you can click dock to bottom if it is on the top, or if it is on bottom, you can just change the location. So this is also important. Throughout the project, we'll use this option bar to access that quick information or the default parameters. For example, for pipe, you see the size and the elevation. For the duct, again the size and the middle elevation. Like this, the basic options you will find when you click on the component in the option bar. But if you want more properties of any component, for that we have a separate window which is called properties window. We'll discuss more about this. So I believe you got the idea of what is option bar up to this option bar, right? So once again, these are the tabs, and tab is consist of a ribbon with a set of panels, and panel with the set of tools. Some tools have direct access and some will have drop down, depends as per the screen resolution. Okay, and below this you'll find the option bar. Now on the left side of the screen, this is a default view. When you install the software, this is a default. I have not done any changes in this. This is the default view. If you want, you can do some changes also on this screen. For example, if you want, you can hide this panels by selecting this. You see minimize to panel button, it's going to minimize. Further, if you want, you can minimize, or again when you click, it will maximize. So these are some changes if you want you can do, but I have not done any changes. The default view, just I'm explaining the default view. So now on the left side of the screen, you'll find the property window, and I'm going to take this out just to explain in detail. You see, this is a proper window, and remember, commands will work in Revit without command window. For example, I'm interested to close this property window. So here I'm going to click somewhere in this working area, and I'm going to type PP. You see PP in my keyboard. When I type PP, the command window is off. Again, when I type PP, the command window is on. You can please make a note. You can write the heading properties in bracket PP. I'll give you some information related to the property window, which is not in the notes. Property window, and the command is PP. And without command window, you can use the command. I'll share you one PDF directly from Autodesk, which consists of 8 pages with all the commands, with all default commands. But if you want, you can create your own commands. How, we'll discuss later. Apart from this, one more shortcut, simply in the keyboard, when you press the Alt key, you see, do you find any change on screen? Once again, I'm going to press the Alt key. When you press Alt key, here I'm getting the shortcut codes. These are different from the commands. For example, command for the duct, you see, this is DT. DT is a command for duct. But now A is a shortcut when you use the Alt tab on the screen, sorry, in the keyboard. For example, when I click Alt and A, you see the duct will start. Similarly, for example, Alt, suppose say R, means I'll get this window, and again you'll get this shortcuts. So this is not the command, this is the shortcut with the Alt key. For example, again I'm pressing this Alt key, then if you want to go to the system tab, then press S. You see, now I'm in system tab. Now if I want to access duct, then you see DU, the creating duct will start, the command will activate. You see, you can find these options. We'll discuss, we have a separate topic for this. Just I'm showing how to use this Alt key. So, but when I take the cursor close to this, DT is a command for the duct, not DU. DU you will get when you press the Alt key. Once again, this also useful option, Alt key. You see, when you click Alt key, you'll get the options for the shortcuts for the tabs first. Suppose I'm interested to move to the system, so type S. Again, S means I'm in the ribbon now for the system. For example, if you want to use the pipe, say type PI, the pipe command will active. These are different compared to the commands. The commands PDF I'll share you later with the 8 pages from Autodesk, for example, and I'll share you some commands which we'll commonly use. In Revit, you see, generally we are not using command except some few basic commands that I'll provide in the class when you start the exercise. Why we are not using the commands generally? Because, for example, when I select the duct, automatically you'll find this quick ribbon. You see, sorry, this quick tab, and when I click here, you'll get the tools related to this pipe. So this is intelligent software. When you select any component related to the component, you'll get the editing mode, editing tabs or the instant tabs, ribbons, etc. Okay, so generally we don't require the command to use all the time, but few commands we are going to use commonly that I'll provide, don't worry, and the list of commands in the separate PDF. Okay, back to the topic. So I think you have written this Alt key. This is not in the notes. If you want, you can make a note. You can use the shortcut by pressing the Alt key. Next, back to the topic. So we are talking about the property window now. So again, I'm going to type PP. You see the property window on screen. So under property window, you'll find 3 sections. So please start writing. You can write property and bracket PP. And under that first point, you can write, you see this area is called element property dropdown, or simply you can write type selector. Type selector. In the notes, you'll find this term element property dropdown. Element property dropdown, or in short, we used to call type selector. So let me explain about the type selector. For example, this also will use till the end for all the services. For example, if I select this unit, you see in the type selector, first of all, you'll get the name of this unit. And if similar types are available, like this is a AHU, so water supply heat pump. So if you find the similar type or similar capacity, the different capacity of the same family, you can find under this drop down. Some more types are available here. So that's the reason we used to call type selector. Or as one more example, simply for example, I'm selecting this diffuser, say supply diffuser. This size is what? 24 by 24 face, 8-inch neck, round neck. But when I click this type selector, you'll find the other options also. You see, 12 by 12, 6-inch, 24 by 24, 10-inch, different options are available. So you can select the different type as per the requirement from the type select. So that's the reason this is called type selector. We'll use for all this component for all the services till the end. Okay, very basic. Next, below this, here, the second point you can write, this is called edit type or type properties. Edit type or type properties. So what is edit type or type properties? You can write property of component. We'll discuss more about the parameter, not at this level. We have a different types of parameters. After getting the information of the parameter, you'll get more detailed information related to edit type and the instance property. At this level, remember, the edit type or type property, you can write property of the component. For example, when I select the diffuser here and click edit type, you'll find the properties of the diffuser like width, the duct size, the connector size, and you see these are the parameters. You need to update this like manufacturer, model, etc. and dimensions, So these are properties of the component now. So under type properties, you'll find the properties of the component. Below this, one more very important here, right from this constraint, you can scroll down. You see constraint actually is a group. Under this, these are the parameters. Similarly, dimensions is one group. This is here's a parameter. Mechanical is a group. These are the parameters. Like this, you'll find n number of groups with the parameters. So this complete area, right from this constraint to this facing, complete we can call instance parameters or instance properties. Point 3, instance properties. Instance property means you can write design or the technical parameters of component or design properties. In short, design properties. For example, you see still this diffuser selected. When I scroll down, you can find out this is supply diffuser, the type with respect to the system. Here the flow is a design parameter. So like this, you'll find the parameter related to the design. Only the component means the area type, but design properties means you'll find here. Okay, so this instance properties window also will use till the end, and this comes under the property window only. So this is about the property window. We'll use till the end for all the components. Next, one more window. You see below this property window, you'll find project browser. This is also important. As I said at the beginning, in Revit, we are dealing with the multiple views of the same component, or I can say we are dealing with the multiple views of the same project. For example, a 3D intelligent building, ground floor, first floor, second floor. So you'll find this level 1, say ground floor, under this HVAC. You'll find the same under this fitting or in the architectural. You see level 1 here. You'll find level 1 in HVAC. You'll find level 1 in the lighting. It not mean that these are the different drawings like AutoCAD. These are the different views of the same floor. Okay. So in Revit, you'll find the multiple views of the same project. Same 3D intelligent building. And if you talk about the services, the multiple views of the same components. So the views can be multiple. At the time of working, we require multiple views to avoid confusion. For example, if I use level 1, the same view for the HVAC, for electrical, for plumbing and firefighting, means what will happen at the time of working, that will create a lot of confusion. And even on site, we required separate views now for installation point of view, separate ducting layout, separate piping layout, separate lighting, separate power, etc. And in the same way, at the time working also, we required the separate views to avoid confusion. Here you'll find level 1 in HVAC, level 1 in lighting. So it did not mean that these are different drawing like AutoCAD. These are the different views of the same area. So remember, in Revit, we are working with one project because Revit work on the BIM concept. So complete database is under in one location, in the centralized location. So we are working with the multiple views of the same project, of the same floor. Okay, like level 1 means level 1 only, ground floor for any service. Level 2 means first floor for any service. To avoid confusion at the time working, with the help of this multiple views, for example, in HVAC view, and let me open this level 1, for example, in the existing project. Here you'll find the ducting. You'll not find the light fixtures or the plumbing fixture, which is, it not mean that there is no light fixture or there is no plumbing in this project. There are light fixture, there are plumbing, there are firefighting, but it is in hidden mode. It is not visible. So this is the advantage of the multiple views. Views are multiple, but the building is only one and the component identity is only one. And that views you can access with the help of this project browser. And you see in the project browser, you can access this views, design views, documentation views. We'll discuss more about this. Just I'm giving the preview of this. At the time when we start using this software, you'll get more idea. But under project browser, you can access the views, means floor plan, ceiling plan, 3D elevation, sections, etc. And how to create also we'll discuss. And apart from this views, you can access the legends. To create the legend also, we have a separate topic. Access the schedule quantities, schedule required for the different services as a design tool. And the same schedule will prepare even for metal takeoff also. Okay, that you can access from here. Then reports, especially the load calculation report, you'll find under the report. Then the sheets, after completing the design and after adding the details in the documentation location, this under documentation, we'll put that view on the sheet to take the printout. Then only we can use on site now with the required. So all the sheet you can access from this project browser. You can access the families, the default families, the component which is available when you start the project. When you start any project, the Revit start with the default families like this. But if you want more components, that can be done by this insert and load from family option. Okay, so we'll discuss more about this option. We have a separate topic. And you can access the group. Here in Revit, group refers to like blocks in AutoCAD. Here family means 3D intelligent component. Group is just like a drawing, like a block. Okay. And here you'll find the links. Link refers to like an AutoCAD XREF file. Okay. Here link means the 3D intelligent building we are going to link. And here you can verify the link. You're working with what link. Sometimes the link will reattach or link will location will change. So you can update from here. So all the links you can access from here. This is just a preview for project browser. And this is very important. Till the end, for all the services, we are going to access the view from the project browser. But if you close this project browser, then how to access again? There is no shortcut command for this default command. If you want, you can create your own command, but don't worry. Simply you can access not only this project browser, even the properties also. If it is off, you can access from, click on the view tab. You know what is tab? From what window panel? This is a panel. Here user interface drop down. You can access the project browser. You can access this properties or other tools also that we'll discuss later. Okay, if it is switch off, you can access again from there. Okay, now this white color area here, this is called model view. In Revit, you'll find n number of views like legend view, drafting view, sheet view, etc. That we'll discuss later. When we start the project, we'll start with the model view because we are dealing with the modeling now. So on screen, or simply a view with the any model component is called model view. For example, you see when I select the diffuser is a model component, 3D intelligent component. So it's a model view. So with any service, suppose if you find any 3D intelligent component of any service, that view is called model. And initially we are dealing with the modeling in Revit. Okay, and later if you want only drawing, we can create a drafting view, or for legend we have a separate legend view, and we have a sheet views, etc. We'll discuss the list of views later. At present on screen, the default view is called model view. Like in AutoCAD, we are calling drawing area, but here we are not calling drawing area. You can say working view, or technically it's a model view. Below this model view, here, right from this 1/8 to this reveal constraint tool, this we can call view control toolbar. View control toolbar. And at the bottom left, for example, when I take the cursor close to this diffuser, can you read the information at the bottom left? E-terminal supply diffuser. Similarly, when I take the cursor close to this diffuser, this duct, you can find it's a duct. It's a rectangle duct, mitred elbows, tabs, side walls, etc. So this you can call tooltip information. Tooltip information. And the complete bottom strip we can call status bar, like other software. And on the right side of the screen, if you're in the 3D view, here we have the plan view of the same components. Here's a 3D view of the same components. In this, the building is hidden. Okay. So if you're working in the 3D view, you'll find this view cube, like AutoCAD view cube. This face, edge, and this corner will provide the views. You see, for example, if I click on the top view, it's like a plan. And if you want to go back to the original or the default, then click on home. The default is southeast 3D view. So this is about what is what on screen, the terms and terminology. So what you do, simply install the software if you're not installed yet. If you already installed, then simply open any project file. So you can open this RME Mech Piping 08 under the folder mechanical folder. You'll get the same view and just learn what is what on screen. That's it. This is homework for the today's session. Okay, so before next time, just get some idea about the terms and terminology. So let's start the exercise. We'll start with the first exercise, how to open a new project with a template file. Then the second exercise, creating a template file, and our own template file. After learning this basic settings and all, then we'll start the project.